If you have a gouache palette, please spray it down with water before starting. Now that my gouache paint has settled and I can begin using it, I am going to try to strategically place some colors. I know that I want the beach sand to start from here, kind of drape that way. I know I want clouds here. I'm not going to put the sun, I'm not going to include the sun in this, but I do want the sky to be an emphasis. So I'm going to make the body of water smaller so I can have more room to add clouds up top. Now, it's important to know that perspective makes a more interesting piece, and that's what I'm going to be working on with the sand. You can put grass here, right? So if it's closer, it would be bigger, as if you are looking into the scene. That's kind of what I want by putting this plant here and these small little plants there. These sketches don't have to be perfect. Let's say I want some wave detail here. And let's make sure to get our minds ready and remind us that there's a texture to beach sand. So now I feel comfortable with this. It doesn't look like much, but what it's going to give you is the opportunity for flexibility and creativity and composition. Another note to mention is controlling how much water and how thick your mix is. So I'm going to try this first, and yep, that looks pretty good. So I'm going to let that fully dry before I continue. And it's okay if this is opaque at first. You can add more layers, but just remember that these colors will reactivate with water. So tread carefully in adding layers. Make sure they're all completely dry before you do, and then continue forward. I like to paint on the sides of my paintings. It makes it look more complete to me. Again, you don't have to do this step. Okay. So I got the darkest layer down of my beach scene. Oh, another thing with gouache and acrylics is that you will need to probably use some white paint. I'll show you what I'm doing here. So I'm mixing it in some previous white paint that I've had. So it automatically made this dark blue color look that much lighter. Okay. I'm going to use this color in particular for the sky because I feel as though it looks more like the sky than the ocean. And mixing colors is also important. I might add some green to the blue of the ocean. Alright, so I'm going to start laying this down. As I said before, this first layer is going to be rather rough looking. Now for the ocean, I'm going to put that aside. I'm going to bring this forward so I can give you a closer look on the color I want for the water. I'm going to put a little dab of water over here. I do like this color here, but like, you didn't see me mix it. It's basically this blue here with the white mixed together to make this ocean-like color. I'm going to use it. I actually might want to add some green into it for a more aqua look, if that works. It's almost there. I do like how it looks different in the way that it is greener, and if you've been to New Jersey, you'll know that our waters aren't the clear blue waters like you would see in the Caribbeans or even Florida. So now I'm going to get some of this white. I'm going to just add it right into here. I didn't realize it was not in view. But I'm starting to like this color. And I want to keep this dark at first because I'm going to build on top of it with lighter colors. Now that I'm done the base color, I need to wait for everything to dry before I continue forward. Now we're going to build the next layers up. It does have to be thick, so if you didn't spray down your palette before, just keep working it down, adding water, working it down, adding water and working it down until it becomes more pasty than watercolor like in texture. So you can test it. Yeah. So I'm going to start painting over this. So I want to keep the dark showing a little bit. Alright. Now we're going to make a lighter blue by mixing white with blue. And say the sun is around here somewhere. So we're gonna kind of put some waves in. Doesn't have to be perfect, but the waves normally crash closer to the shore. Depending on where that sun is, I think I might put it over here. I'm gonna put down the next layer of the sky. I'm gonna go in with that darker blue, but I'm gonna add a little bit of white to it. Maybe a little more white than that, for sure. Okay, great. The horizon of the sky, I'm going to turn my little mini canvas here so I can make a nice, confident, smooth glide. Now we're going to try to make a gradient here. I'm going to add some more mixed down white, mixed down blue, I mean. I'm going to go from that little horizon line again. Just bring it up and drag it up into the other paint. Alrighty. Now, might add in some more little... It's all about building layers with gouache, but being careful what layers you're putting down. So now that this is looking more and more like a beach scene, we can look into maybe a little bit more detail. Also dabble it on little places. If you see your little mini canvas puckering, it's because there's moisture on it. And I didn't gesso it. If you want to gesso it, that would be good. Now I'm trying to add a little more texture. I'm going to let that dry before I continue. Because if you're painting with gouache and you add and add and add more paint while it's wet, you're not going to really get the exact color you're looking for. So when any paint dries, the pigment changes, the color changes a little bit. It shouldn't be like dramatically different, but I just want to avoid that. So I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to let it dry and we'll go from there. It's dried enough that I can add some more layers. So I'm going to do just that. I'm going to use a small round brush. I'm going to add some marsh reed grass. It's like a golden, almost brown color. So I'm going to take this yellow ochre. And like I said before, if you're using gouache, you got to really mix it in there to kind of make a paste. Then carry it onto a mixing surface. And then you're going to add a little bit of this brown to it. Yep. So I want to clean my brush so I can get some more of that brown. And you're going to think it looks really dark at first, but I'll show you. So I'm going to just have a couple, you know, in the distance, up front here. And this I kind of wanted a lighter consistency. And kind of looks like this sticks around when you walk down to the beach. Those old little fence posts. And if you want to go that route, which I think I will, get a little bit of a darker color and just kind of put that weird little rope or whatever is holding those little toothpicks up. Now I'm gonna go in to the green a little bit and mix it into the brown. I wanted to mix it in with the brown so it matched. There's grass, little dune grass at the beach. You can put a little bit there just for some color. Okay. Now I'm going to add the sun. I just want to lay this on pretty thick, and I think I'll put this on about here. Okay. Last thing I want to do is put down some clouds. So I'm going to dip into the white I have. And with clouds, you just want to lay a light layer on first. Very light. Let it dry. And then add a little more white or maybe a darker blue at the bottom of the cloud to add some volume. Little wispy clouds in the sky. Then let that dry and I am done. Enjoyed the little painting video, and what I hope you enjoy more is painting something yourself, and it can be anything. Enjoy your takeaways and have a really good day, and the Cape May County Library wishes you well.
Thanks for watching. If you want even more fantastic content, check out our Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at CMC Library.